So the response to the previous videos was wholly negative. I was called a spastic 7 times on the comment feed, which is a new experience for me. I've never been called that before. I didn't even know the word was still in use. I believe it's now scope is the appropriate word. Anyway, we've had a little meeting in the department and we've decided that we need to maybe humanise ourselves online. So we've decided to just share something a little bit more intimate. What we do, the department, as a department rather, is we meet once a month for a book club where we share stories, poems, etc., etc. And we thought maybe it would be appropriate for me to do that now with you on here. But before we do that, just for those of you that were interested in some of the things we were talking about last time, I've got another little gem of history for you, another little thing that's been covered up. I'll be brief. Essentially, it's this. The insistence on teaching Tudor history in schools is a piece of left-wing propaganda. There's actually no evidence for the existence of the Tudor family, or there is, but they're nothing like they're portrayed today by modern scholars. Henry VIII, for example, this is actually just a myth. It's mythology that's been passed down by feminists in order to to discredit male leadership as a concept. So I'll do my story. This is just a little bit that I've written. And hopefully you'll like it, and it'll soften you towards us as a group. So I'll read you now. I'll just get a little bit of moisture in me, so you know. It's freezing cold. Okay, here I go. They say time heals all wounds, but give it long enough and those healed wounds will rot. They always do. Some wounds, you see, are like amputations. Their existence, or lack thereof, cruelly remind us of something we once had, and how crippled we now are without it. Of something we once took for granted, of something we now crave. Time may heal wounds, it's true, it may. But the great chronicler of time, the closest thing to a system of checks and balances it has, is memory. That opener of wounds, the whisperer, the prodder, the jeerer. She, the keymaster, opens doors we had long ago shut, and the familiar sound from those rooms echo down the corridors of our mind, forcing us to look and to listen. Whether good or bad, these memories stir in us a sense of our mortality, alive to the fact that we are merely dust blowing in the wind, forcing us to look and listen. Whether good or bad... Oh, I've read the same line twice. Hang on. But if this is so, we're a pretty sensitive sort of dust, I suppose. Prone to nostalgia. The memories themselves, often full of faces that have either aged or departed, are the receipts of purchase for our amputations. I'm not sure that bit worked. I don't think that makes sense, that little bit there, but never mind. Anyway, for memory is a thing in and of itself. Don't be fooled here, I'm serious. I often find I don't possess it until I return to places of my past, and there it sat, waiting obediently, but already tugging at the lead, like a dog. The places and people of my life have been infused with data, unintentionally stored there for retrieval years later. For example, the squeak of a floorboard isn't merely a sound. It is my father passing my room from his study. It is the image of his feet passing the light from beneath my door. It is a sense of security and of love. Sorry. Moreover, the wall along the graveyard in the town I grew up in is not merely a wall. It is the wall where I met her. And then the rest of it's sort of about her and how much I wish my dad wasn't dead. But hopefully that was slightly humanising for you, and yeah, I'm moved by my own writing. How do I finish?